Evan, we're not sure exactly where we're going to dive today, but we are in St. Thomas here in Frenchtown at the dock. The winds are kicking up pretty good. We got about 20 knot winds, gusts of 25.
Yeah, pretty excited to see where we are going to go today, and we're diving tomorrow and the day after that as well.
Yeah, so we got a lot of diving here in St. Thomas to do. Hopefully we're gonna get a shipwreck in today called the Concrete Barge, but we're gonna see where the day takes us.
Yeah, let's go.
Today, we're diving with Admiralty Dive Center. And although we've requested to dive the wreck of the WIT Concrete, it's not a guarantee. It's common throughout dive boats, particularly in the Caribbean, to wait until the day of to determine the actual dive site we visit. That's because factors such as weather conditions and the experience level of other divers on board play a role in determining the dive sites we're able to get to on any given day. Today, the wind is blowing pretty hard, and the seas are expected to build throughout the day. So we race offshore to the final resting place of the WIT Concrete and find that if we're quick, we should be able to get in the water and back on board the boat before the seas kick up too much. Because it's actually been sunk twice, the WIT Concrete has an interesting story, which we'll get to in a minute. But right now, it looks like Evan has already spotted one of the resident Caribbean reef sharks, and according to him, it's a small one. Remember the shark, because what we didn't know at the time is that it was soon going to be our new best friend. At 350 feet, or 105 meters long, the WIT Concrete is a massive ship made out of, you guessed it, concrete. Built by the National Ship Company in 1943, the ship was made of reinforced concrete because of a shortage of steel during the Second World War. Today, she sits upright in 95 feet, or 29 meters of water, and is now a home in this barren sandy bottom to all kinds of sea life, including sharks, which when you're not looking, appear to sneak up behind you. And seem to be everywhere except the stern of the ship. During her early years, she served in the Pacific, primarily transporting gasoline. Then at some point, she went into service as a floating fuel barge in Crown Bay on St. Thomas, where she sunk for the first time during Hurricane Marilyn in 1995. The stern section is almost completely opened up, and I explore one of the lower decks before heading up. It seems a little known fact that St. Thomas has over 17 shipwrecks just off the south shore of the island. and each one gives us a glimpse into the past. Swimming through these compartments and passageways is like swimming through history. We could only find out very little information about the WIT Concrete, but if these rooms could talk, they'd tell a million stories. After she sank in 1995, the WIT Concrete was raised again by the Army Corps of Engineers, towed out to this location 3 miles south of the St. Thomas Airport, and sunk for the second time as an artificial reef, where she is now home to an abundance of sea life, including our newest friend, who's waiting just outside and doesn't understand the concept of personal boundaries. The WIT Concrete has been full of surprises, but we're told she has at least one more. Located down a tiny hatch in the forward compartment is a turtle shell, and we set off to find it. The door is too small to fit the camera, so I turn it sideways and push through. I'm looking for a small hatch in the floor somewhere that has a ladder to the lower decks. The forward compartment has an eerie, dark feel to it, but it's not too long before I find what I'm looking for. I'm not equipped to enter such a tight space, so I lower the camera and peer inside. The turtle shell is just outside the reach of the lights, but after adjusting the image, it clearly comes into view to the right of the ladder. Now, I need to find my way out and wonder if our friendly neighborhood shark will be waiting outside. Which, of course, he is. So as advertised, the wreck was really sharky.
It was. They were very beautiful and really cool to see up close.
They were, but there was one in particular that was really squirrely and definitely came up close to divers. Evan, I don't know, but I think he's been coached or trained to come up to us. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that was probably the most likely cause of why that happened, because most sharks are a little skittish most of the time and don't really come up that close.
Yeah, he's getting fed a little bit and being brought into divers, but it was really cool to see him up close. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, definitely check out another video here on diving the wreck of the Shoal. It's another great St. Thomas dive site.